Hey guys, today we're going to do a repot. You saw this one in my prior video. It stopped flowering, so it's time to give this guy a freshening up. I already started and then I remembered to record, so I just put him back in so we can pretend that I didn't start, but this is the start and I will show you midway. Alright, so I've gotten it out of the pot. I've started breaking up some of the moss. There's not a lot of good roots, but as you can see, there's some new roots that are coming out of the leaf or the pseudobulb that just finished blooming. So I'm going to start cleaning this guy up. I don't really have a technique. I just kind of use my fingers and try to get what I can out. I always break roots, but I always try not to break too many. Otherwise it would take me like 3 hours. So I just keep picking at the moss, and I'll bring you back when I've got a bit more done. As you can see, we're really starting to get somewhere. I'm going to keep working on it. Look at that. Pretty much got it cleaned out. There is, sorry about that noise. My brother's doing the dishes, but there's hardly any good roots here. It's hard to tell. I'm going to have to just start squeezing and cutting and take off what's bad and leave what's good. But yeah, there's not a lot of good roots. It's kind of sad. The moss wasn't even rotten. It was just really packed. It always is though, so I'm going to cut the dead stuff and then I'll bring you back. So I've got my handy scissors, and basically how I sterilize is I just, sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. I take the scissors. This is a bottle of diluted isopropyl alcohol, but it's a really high dilution. I think it's like 70% or something like that, because the one I get is like 100%, so it might be like 60, but this will kill anything, so I just give it a good spray. Flip it around and spray it again, and then I'll start cutting roots. Okay, so this is what we're left with. Not much at all, but there is a few little, as you can see in there, new roots starting. There was a really clear division line on this guy, right here. It's kind of loose, these three back pseudobulbs here. You can kind of tell. They just want to fall off, and these three new ones are kind of separate. I'm tempted to pull these three off and just try to do a division, but 3 is a very small division. It's not really a good way to do it, and it kind of is a nice looking plant. Ooh, almost broke it off. It's kind of nice together, so I'll just probably leave it, but I'm really quite tempted to just snap that off. I guess I'll leave it. I've given this a good spray with hydrogen peroxide. Just there. And it's got a little squirty thing, so I kind of just squirt it all. Sorry for the sound effects. And I don't know if you can hear the fizzing. That's pretty nasty, this piece. Like, oh, this is so many dead roots. I tried cutting it as small as I could, but not very happy. Even the roots that are left are not wonderful. But I'm going to put them in some bark mixture. So I've never used a mix, but I got this really cheap when that orchid sale was happening, and I gotta say I'm not really happy with it, but I'm gonna use it anyway. It's hard to see. It's like perlite bark, but it's like, see how dirty it is? Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like the bark is breaking down. It's like there's soil in here or something. I'm just not happy with the way it's turning out, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I'll just probably have to repot it sooner rather than later because this bark is sort of almost breaking down. I'm not sure. It's good enough to use. Like, there's no mold. It's not wet. It's just not the best bark I've ever seen. But I'm going to go ahead and use this, and hopefully I don't have to repot too soon. Alright, so I'm all done. I've stirred it in the pot with a stake and just a piece of something to tie it in place. I couldn't find any string, but it looks pretty good. I actually rinsed the bark, and it turned out to be not so bad. I think it's just really dirty in the bag. But yeah, this is a successful repot. I'm going to put it by a fan because I definitely got some water in some of the leaves, but it only has, I forget what they're called, but it's not a bifoliate, so it only has one leaf on each pseudobulb, so it's less likely to get rot, but still, nonetheless. Alright, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for updates on this guy. I have a lot of hope that those new roots are going to come through and there'll be a lot of progress. Have a great day.